Kevin, there's a message really now for everybody that you want to get out there this morning.
That's
and
correct.
then I'm going to talk to you about your handball success. It's over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Steve.
So with that, I'm going to just take in what's around here in the alley at the Hills in Tipperary Town. Now, Kevin, what message have you for us this morning?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Pat and John Donoghue, Cashel Handball Club, for allowing myself and my club teammates to access their facilities and to realise our dream goals in our chosen field of sports handball. Without their help or encouragement, etc., we would have not been able to achieve All-Ireland, I'm getting a bit mixed up, All-Ireland wins. I wish to congratulate Patrick Delaney, Dave Maloney, Jerome Cahill, Christine McGrath on their wins, and to the GAA for all the lovely sandwiches they provided. I'd like to thank my wife and family for supporting me during my Munster All-Ireland campaign, and to take this opportunity to wish God's blessing on everyone. Next stop is the World's Handball, which will be held in Ireland this year. And,
is there any other message, Kevin, that you would like to get out there this morning? As I'm just here in the Handball Alley, as I said, at Tipperary Hills.
There is, yeah.
What message is that, Kevin?
I'd like to, I'm making a request today to Tipperary Town Revitalisation Group, Seesaw, Tidy Towns and Tipperary County Council to step up to the table and refurbish Tipperary Hills Handball Alley for the youth of Tipperary Town, and to realise by not including Tipperary Handball Alley twice during Tipperary Hills upgrades to be repaired was a social injustice, missed opportunity. Tipperary Hills Handball Alley is a heritage site and always is a place to gather, interact, etc., play handball for people of the town for decades. There needs to be cohesion amongst groups, County Council, pronto, as regards to fixed handball alley for the summer, especially for youth diversion, mental health, social integration. I'm only expressing my freedom of speech. I'm not being derogatory to any one group or council. The benefits of sports to help with mental health is phenomenal. It releases endorphins, serotonin, and help those who are suffering mental health issues to interact, get out in fresh air. Addiction, mental health, suicide rates is off the scale, Steve, in Tipperary Town and country. These organisations I mentioned owe it to the youth of the town to give them a chance to excel and have a meeting hub, example like this handball alley here. Same organisations need to have qualified mental health addiction counsellors on board to consult with, as mental health addiction issues are delicate, vulnerable subjects. There is no facilities in Tipperary Town, Steve, for youths. It's all money, gym, etc. to access any facilities. These vulnerable young people cannot afford the same. Handball alley in Tipperary Hills is free. If repaired, all it takes is a ball to access it. The Minister of Sports are Thomas Byrne and Captain Martin. They can be contacted to get the ball rolling, excuse the pun. Minister Byrne made a speech in Croke Park while I was competing that there is a fund available to access for repair, Steve, for our heritage outdoors handball alleys. I rest my case. Another issue I'd like to address is hate and discrimination. Do people out there realise that hate can be worn like a loose garment of clothing, taken upon yourself on hearsay? Hate, resentments actually affect your lymphatic glands, immune system, and can make a person very sick. Have empathy and love instead of hate, and stay with God. And I'd like to give a big shout out to the travelling community there as well, and all ethnic minorities. God bless.
That's great. Well, Kevin, what we're going to do is I'm going to, again, maybe just come back to you on that if I could for a moment, and you're just going to stand there in front of me, and we're just going to just listen to your speech there, Kevin. That's a very, very strong speech that you're after giving.
Yeah, well, I feel deeply about it because I'm playing handball here for the past 50 years, and all the people of the town have gathered here and all over the countryside, and all these alleys have been left to go to ruin.
Well, you've got a fine handball alley here, only for that it's in really poor shape at the moment.
Yes, it's a shame. Yeah, you know what I mean? Man and me, 58, able to do that. And Tom over ready for a game.
You went on to win the Munster final this year, so you're going to come forward and you're going to talk to me a little bit more about that. Martin Spain, he was your opponent.
That's
in the
right,
final?
from Lahore, yeah. Fine player, yeah.
Very, very
that
good
was the
game.
40-20 now, handball.
That was over in Cashel.
Cashel Handball Club, where I'm a member, yeah.
Okay, so there's a handball alley also in the complex, here in the sports complex.
Yes.
Why is that not being utilised?
Well, I suppose it is, but it wouldn't be the proper size or it's more a squash court.
Is it a 40 by 20 in full size of 40 by 20?
No, I don't think so. And it's more of a squash court.
So it wouldn't qualify for championship handball?
No, I wouldn't think so, no.
Right, okay. And that means so that you're obviously over in Cashel with Cashel Handball Club.
That's right, yeah. Pat and John Donoghue that gave us the opportunities a few years back.
You went on into Cork Park last week. You had the All-Ireland Championship finals. You were unfortunate to lose out narrowly, I must say, in the final.
That's right, yeah. Six of us went up, 4 of us won, and 2 of us came second. That was myself and a young guy called Rory. I can't think of his second name. You remember?
But there was a few that brought back all medal winners back to the Premier County.
There was Dave Maloney, there was Jerome Cattle, who plays the hurling for Tip. There was young Patrick Delaney, my friend's son, and he's my friend as well, young Patrick Delaney. And who am I leaving out? Or the man, I can't think of the man's name, Christy something from Lahorn as well.
Right, okay. So there was a good array of medals really that brought back to the Premier.
Yes, brilliant, yeah.
So once again, we're just here at the Handball Alley in the Hills in Tipperary town, and we're only just showing there's an awful lot of graffiti here, which is not a pleasant sight.
No, but you see, if the youth can't play the game, they're going to try and do something else. The idle hands, makes work for the devils, as they say. Like, look at the state of the alley. Like.
I know, I was showing it here while you were actually doing your own speech and giving your own talk on it and what you thought as well. And just looking up here at the very top of this.
It's ready to come down, like.
That's quite dangerous.
Yes.
Not too long ago, Kevin, I see young kids climbing up onto this wall, which I think was highly dangerous.
Yes.
What's your view on that?
Well, I suppose, as I said, if the alley was playable and in good condition, and not been given a smart answering, they wouldn't be climbing up the wall. They'd be hitting the wall with a ball.
Right,
That makes sense. That's not being.
I know, but then there's other people and they're saying that it's going to cost a huge amount of money for the council if they were to do up this alley. So what do you think
I don't think so, no, because a lot of money was spent on the hills, like, and this is part of the hills. This should have been included as heritage, you know. It should have been all included. We have Clonwilliam on one side here, and haven't been derogatory to any club or organisation or anything. It's perfect. We have the hills, it's perfect. We're here stuck in the middle. I believe it was bypassed, like, because of who's.
But it may happen at some stage, or that something will happen at some stage to make it safer, obviously.
Well, as I said, like, the thing about it, they could utilise it and to help an awful lot of young people in the town, like, and stuff, with mental health and addiction issues. Like, the town, like, everyone knows it, like, they're turning a blind eye to the organisations, you know.
Okay, Kevin, you again going back to the handball, and we'll stick to the handball if we can for just a moment.
Yeah.
Because it's a wonderful, wonderful sport.
Brilliant sport, yeah.
It can be played at any age, as you said there.
Yes. It actually helped me. I have no problems here. It actually helped me with mental health problems and addiction problems.
And how are you now?
I'm doing okay. I'm not too bad. I'm doing good. Only for the handball, I say I'd be in a bad place.
Right, okay, so the handball is very, very helpful for you.
For the mental health and for youth diversion and for addiction issues and so on. But as I said, I had the privilege of refereeing a handball match from the youth centre on Tipperary town there last week, and as I said, it was a privilege, like, and to see the prospects that was there, and there was young lads from 15 and young ladies to 18, like, and they were brilliant, and all the prize was an Easter egg and a meal from the Pizza Hut, and they were so humble and grateful, the gratitude they had, and so interested in the sport. You know, it was just amazing to see. I could see, like, if this got utilised for the summer for them, they would have great freedom, like, you know.
Well, Kevin, all I can say is you are the Munster champion. Well done to you. You have
the King of Munster.
The King of Munster. Actually, do you know what? Have you, just while I'm showing around the alley, you might show me your medals there for just one moment before we do sign off, because you're going to show me the medals.
Well, if you want to go down there now, I'll go down and I'll load them down a bucket, and my teammates have. I'll have to bring up a bucket full of them.
I'd say no, Kevin, you won't have much time for that. So you're going to show us the medals and explain that's the All-Ireland runners-up. Is that correct?
That's it, yeah.
Isn't that just...
I won that in Croke Park, yeah.
Well done to you.
And there's Munsters from last year for the big alley.
That's for the 60 by 30?
Yeah, and I won the All-Ireland 60 by 30 last year.
Right, so they're the 60 by 30 and this is the 40 by 20.
Yeah, and I'm getting another Munster medal 40 by 20.
You'll never give up the handball the way you're going?
No, I'll keep going till I'm 100. My father's 91 now, so he come up himself and play again.
And that's the great Dano Buckley.
The Dano.
The Dano. Well done to him. Kevin, it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
And a pleasure here. And
keep up the good work.
Yeah, and I wish everyone well, and and God's blessing, and that's all I can say. I can do no more.
Fair play to you, Kevin.
Thank you.